Well, hello. We're just gonna have some coffee and talk about cars this morning because it's snowing and shitty. Hey guys. All right, hang on. I'm just trying to organize my windows so I can see the stuff. All right, cool. So, some coffee here. We have a big snowstorm outside right now, so it's kind of an indoor cat day. But last night, we had some fun with the boys. But there's probably not going to be that many people on this, so feel free to ask or, whatever. I am yours today. And Eddie, you're welcome to join if you want.
Thank you.
I just got $2 to show my nipple. Is that what this is about? Dan, you know you can see my nip for less than $2. The M3 is good, actually. So live is this 2017? I know, like people don't do this anymore, but I think it's fun to do. So the M3 is doing really well. There's still like the weeping feed line on the DCT. So basically, on the DCT box, right, you have this heat exchanger up top. And then you've got a feed and return line. And so the crimp on that feed and return line is like a little wasted and it's just weeping a little bit. So like, honestly, if I didn't know this, ignorance is bliss. I could probably drive the car for another 30, 40,000 miles and never, ever, ever have an issue. But that's the way it goes. Thoughts on the new Kia Stinger Genesis G70? I definitely want to drive the G70. I think these are crazy. And you guys should definitely go watch like the straight pipes video on the G70 because they did an all-wheel drive automatic and a rear-wheel drive manual, and they're super cool. And funny thing about that is that the all-wheel drive one will do a rear-wheel drive brake stand, but the rear-wheel drive one won't.
Like I said, I'll take care of it. I can grab the
stuff. I haven't done a live stream in a long time. This is weird. Just got my first car this week. That's friggin' awesome. Congratulations. That's like epic freedom. Do your best not to crash it. That's my advice. Bought an E90M very shortly after you did and had no issues. I don't track, but I do autocross. Still think you've been incredibly unlucky in your ownership. Yeah, like it was definitely shitty with the throttle actuators going so early, but like I don't think that's anything odd. I think that's always expected. Other than that, like the only other thing that really tripped me up was an ABS speed sensor. So again, like shit breaks. And I would wager that everybody has a leaking DCT and just doesn't know it because they aren't looking.
How do you sit like that?
I don't know. Oh. And here's Eddie. He doesn't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee. I just drink. So what are we talking about?
They're just asking me some questions about the M3 and stuff. It's a 2011 Rubicon. Dude, those things hold value like crazy. It's insane.
Jeeps? Oh, yeah. As long as you don't have rust. Well, as long as you don't have a lot of rust.
Doesn't even matter. Dan DeVos says, hi, Eduardo.
Dan!
He gave me $2 to show Nip.
Oh, Dan.
Yeah. I told him he doesn't have to pay.
Give him $4. Like a little further than that.
You got to show us how to filter coffee like that in one of your vids. Okay, I will do that.
No, buy this paper that is...
First, you take toilet paper.
First, you take a bunch of wads of toilet paper.
And you take a big old shit in it. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's awful. I think we're just like a little hungover. And
oh, I'm hungover.
So we will... Yeah. $4! Oh, all right, you get a private show.
He gets his own video later.
How many miles are on the Rubicon? He's saying it was his dad's and his sister's, then mine. Yeah, which makes sense because nobody could afford that unless it was your dad's car new at some point. Like no one's getting a Jeep Wrangler for their first car unless daddy's got a trust fund.
Alex's first car was a Jeep.
Yeah, and daddy has a trust fund.
The first car I ever drove.
$70,000 or miles? Wait a minute. Okay.
Dollars.
I hope that's miles because no one should spend 70 grand on a Jeep
Unless it's a track hawk.
unless it's a track hawk.
No.
Miles. Okay.
I love Jeep Wranglers back when they had still AMC components, so they had the 4-liter. Those things wouldn't die.
No, and they were like big chunky cylinders. They had like no compression ratio, right? They went up and down this far.
Yeah, you could literally drive that thing without oil for like hundreds of thousands of miles.
Even
though the piston rings would leak and you wouldn't get any compression, it didn't matter because the engine could still. It was basically a diesel engine.
Yeah, check out this bring a trailer link. It's not. Dan, you can always text it to me if it's like blocking you because it might block you.
How was your morning?
How
was your sleep?
My sleep was good. This week kind of sucked, so I'm sorry I didn't get a video up, which is why I'm doing this. I don't know how, like I always struggle to know like what to share in my personal life on YouTube and what not to.
Well, I've been carless, so it makes it better.
Hi Shane. Shane's with FCP Euro. He's a good dude.
What's up? I got an old Mercedes and it's a shit ton of parts.
Yeah. Actually, you could probably finance FCP Euro for like a year if you just restored the car.
A year?
You could fund their entire addition to their building.
Yeah, I could fund the entire Mercedes wing.
Can I save this so we can go back and watch later? Maybe. It depends how deep I get on this. Depends if certain questions come up.
What made you want to go live?
I didn't do a video this week.
You feel guilty?
I feel guilty I didn't do a video.
For the fans.
For the fans. No, but also like the algorithm like nails you. If you don't upload every week, like they basically
dock you.
They tell you you're a big giant piece of shit.
They dock you.
Let's see. I should probably start marketing these. So these are the for rectal use only stickers. Thoughts on supercharging the M3? It would be dope, but like the thing already uses so much fuel. Plus, I always forget how fast the car is because I daily drive it. So like if you don't have the car over 5,000 RPM, like it's pretty slow. And then once in a while, I'll be like in anger passing someone red line to red line, and I'm like, huh, this is plenty. Like, I don't know. I think if I knew I was going to keep the car for a really long time, or if it was my garage queen, like if this was my toy, then sure, I think I would go right ahead and supercharge it. But miles per gallon on my M3. So highway, like if I'm like babying it for like 100 miles at a time or something, I can milk out 21 to 21 and a half miles per gallon. But I do not, yeah, I don't get that. It's usually 20 or under. Did I hear about the S2000 09 with $70,000 for that S2000? Totally wild, but makes sense. I mean, the car's brand new, it's showroom condition. You're not gonna get one of those.
If you really are a Honda enthusiast, aka you have a small museum at the bottom of your house with an NSXR.
Yep.
And
that's the showpiece.
That's
like you know, you put the seats in.
That's like the giant buck that you killed with your son.
But how about this? I will challenge your S2000 and I will one up you with a fucking 27-mile Grand National that current bid I think is over $100,000.
Oh, that's way cooler.
It is cooler, but it's still a joke. Like if you show this to non-car people and they're like, why would anyone pay this for
My grandmother had that car.
Yeah, and it was garbage for literally its whole life until a documentary came out and was like, hey, remember when GM built that stuff? And then everyone was like, oh shit, that's special.
You know what I find interesting?
Special cars are stupid. I'm over it. Like,
what I find interesting about the GM stories about how like they always start creating something. They're like they always come out with these brilliant ideas, but then they don't follow through with them. Right. So the Grand National, the electric car, whatever the fuck
the EV1,
the EV1,
yeah.
GM any V model or the ATS V. I mean, and even like the new ZR1. I mean, like they come out with these great ideas.
Yeah, they never.
They never follow through, and then 20 years from now they'll be worth twice as much because no one bought them.
Yep.
So
Well, if you notice, like Lamborghini, when they build an Aventador, what do? They don't build an Aventador and it's in and out in 2 years. They build an Aventador and they keep it for a decade, right? Like,
yeah,
those cars stick around for a long time and they're perfected and they're always catching up with like the current competition, shit like that. And GM kind of does these things and they're like, whoa, we did it. It's on sale for a year and then it goes away. All right, let me just read a couple questions. Let's see. Wow, that's better than my Jeep. The best MPG I can get is 14. Yeah, not surprising. The Bring a Trailer I link. Oh, yeah, the 5 Series, the 540 with the S62. Honestly, that car is like,
that's a cool car.
it's as good as it gets. Like, I don't think anyone's built anything cooler than that. That was amazing. That was like a Rick and Morty burp.
That was disgusting.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
That one was burned. That was a burning one.
I could have brewed coffee in that burp. Let's see. 11 people. That's hot.
11 more people than I could have gone.
10 miles per gallon average on the SL. Yeah, well, I mean, you're driving like an AMG SL. God bless this kid. His SL, he has an SL 55 AMG.
So it's supercharged?
Yep. And it has, like, he had it for like 3 weeks and it blew up. And they had to replace everything. Like, they literally replaced the motor.
God bless.
So his car went from probably an inscription that said Hans to an inscription that said Franz.
Wow, what a way to go. The SL55 engines, those are interesting motors because that was, believe it or not, that wasn't a AMG derived engine, so AMG didn't design it. That was still a
you gotta go fast. We got 11 people.
A base Mercedes engine. So it only had 3 valves per cylinder.
Oh, okay. Well, so then he just said he has a 7 Series. He said his E38 timing chain guide snapped this weekend too. So like, I think it's
driving unreliable.
I think it's time for a Honda.
Yeah, I think it's time for something that isn't gonna.
Ew! Look at that.
What?
I like an old lady.
At least you don't have like a chicken. What do you call it? Chicken neck.
This should be a regular thing if you've got time for it. Well, guess what? I am single and I will have time for it.
What time is it?
It is 11:02.
Well, usually I'm away at this time and you're asleep.
I don't sleep this late on Saturdays.
I don't believe that with a grain of salt.
That's not how that goes.
I know. I'll take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
I'll believe it with a grain of salt.
Hang on 1 second. Eddie's going to entertain you.
I'm good at that.
Subtle as a garlic sandwich, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Did you hear about? Yeah, I mean, E38s. That was the one Bond drove, right?
Yes.
I always like those.
Everyone likes those. That's a proper BMW. Like, I don't want to own one. God, sorry, Shane, but
I don't want to own any modern-ish BMW.
I'm kind of
sour pussed out of those.
I'm exhausted with BMWs, to be honest.
Considering there's one I'm looking at on our wall.
Considering I'm always wondering how much money I'm gonna have to put into mine each year. Like the M5 is gonna need like a full cooling system. I mean, not need it. Like it can drive. I could go this season and it'll be fine. But like, I just don't want to risk it. Like, I don't want that car to overheat and be like, oh shit.
And then you're in for what this guy's in.
Yeah.
Timing chains.
That's no good. That's no good at all.
Oh man. Excuse me. Every time I see how are your synchros on our chat, I think someone keeps asking how are your synchros.
Yeah, so our group chat, like we kind of just name everybody by like the problems of their cars. So my name on our friend group chat right now is Leaky DCT. And then everyone else has like everyone has transmission issues right now. So someone is what is it? The synchros one?
I don't know who it is.
No, but what is it?
How are your synchros still good?
Oh yeah.
Like and like so like it'll pop up with the name how are your synchros still good? I'm like, who keeps writing that? Like it's bothering me.
He's the engine slayer at work. That's really funny.
Yeah.
That's like that's so cruel, but like it's true.
Oh god. And the fact that it's always Adam's face that pops up really gets me. I think it's Adam that talks the whole time. Oh.
Poor Adam.
So yeah, I
get the Domo. Yeah. We just need more like ambiance. Isn't this really well decorated? This is like it's like the Joe Rogan studio.
No, nothing.
No, he has cool shit.
He
He has a fucking samurai sword.
Yeah, well, I don't.
You've been driving in the snow all day, and it's a blast. I am gonna have to drive in the snow later, but like I have to go to. I shouldn't say where I'm going because I think it's a surprise party. So in case he's on, he's not. There's 13 people.
It's going to Zimbabwe.
But yeah, I'm going to Zimbabwe where the snow is hot. But like I have to go somewhere where it's probably more snowy, and I'm a little worried about that.
Going to Mozambique.
Yeah.
Jakarta.
I've been in Jakarta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're still in.
Yeah. No, that was my first work trip. I went to Jakarta, and then I flew from Jakarta to Dhaka, Bangladesh.
That's a scary fucking trip.
It was terrifying.
I can't even imagine what the airports look like.
Oh, dude, you have no idea. The racism in those airports is bonkers. When I'm in Bangladesh, I would wait in like I wouldn't fly business class, so I'd wait in like the economy line, which was out the door of the airport with like probably 600 people, and you're like, oh no, like I'm not gonna make this flight. And then a man would see me because I'm like the only white guy in the line, and he'd run up, grab me, and I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on? Brought me straight to the business class, first class line. Checked me in, gave me, and said, oh, sir, we've noticed that there's a mistake with your reservation and you're in economy. Here, take this complimentary business lounge pass and put me in the business lounge. Every time I was in Bangladesh, it happened. And so the thing is, like, it's a terrifying airport. Like, it feels like you're in a war zone. So, like, on the one hand, I'm like, this is super racist and wrong. This is wrong. But on the other hand, I'm like, these mosquitoes are the size of fucking dinosaurs, and I'm terrified. So, like, maybe I'll take it. And so then from then on, like I would just go straight to the business class line, and like I would watch them chew out people because they'd be like, you're not in business class, get over there. And I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be when my luck runs out. But then because I looked like me, they would just check me in. Yeah. It was fucked up.
Something about
Why are you going to New Hampshire next week?
Why am I going to, well, how do you do it? But
Yeah.
Why am I going to New Hampshire? How do you know that?
Because I heard you on the phone with your dad. Daddy, can I borrow your Audi?
Why am I going to New Hampshire next week? I am going on a little trip with Corey. I'm going to get stuck. It's going to be in someone else's car.
Fair enough. Nutsack, hello. That is clearly Zwee.
Nutsack, yeah.
Hi, Zwee.
Well, it might not be. That was.
That's definitely Zwee.
Yeah, probably.
I'm kind of shitty, but I have coffee and I have Eddie, so. Emswee.
Yeah. He has a cracked 335. Well, sir, what year 335 do you have? Because
I missed that. Where is that?
Some cracked wheel snow in New Hampshire. Why am I going to New Hampshire? Yeah, so going on a little trip with Corey. So.
And my snow tires are off 335 because a pothole cracked the lip of a rim. Yeah, that sucks. E92. Oh, N50. At least it's an N55.
Oh, well, he's doing better than a hybrid did.
Yeah. I can't believe people bought N54s.
I love that engine.
No, it's a great engine if you're like a Texas 2K guy.
Well, you're looking at one.
You live in Boston, sweetheart.
Yeah, but if I was
the Mass Pike is not Texas.
Hey, it was last night.
That wasn't the Mass Pike. That was 95. My N54 is awesome. Yeah, every time I watch your video, but every time I watch his videos, he's like, "Oh, this thing broke."
Yeah, everybody who owns an N54 will support it until something bad happens to their actuators.
Yeah,
and then like, I hate this engine.
That's the wagon. Yeah, all right. I'll give it to you.
I like N54s. They're a great engine until they break.
Yeah, but you can say that about everything. No, you can't.
No, you can't. You can't say that about a lot of things.
Awkward silence. So he says hi.
Hey, what's up, buddy? I like your new steering wheel.
I like that you took off all the that stupid shit on the car, the wrap. Like the car looks so good now that it's just black.
How about a super wrap? A super? It's a Supra.
Supra rant. So I don't actually want to rant about the Supra because I think it's going to be a good car.
The new Supra.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good car. It's just I think it's going to be a little soulless because of the powertrain. That's all. That's all.
I still am one of the people that it's just gonna say right off the bat, it's not a Toyota Supra.
No, it's not. Of course, it's not.
And if anybody who's like, well, it's an A80 or whatever, A90,
No. Like
Toyota didn't develop the engine or the drivetrain or the chassis. They designed a body kit.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Like, I think
totally.
It's
in this market, yeah.
It's understandable that people are upset, but like, you know what? Like, I'd rather there be this Supra than not be this Supra.
I agree. I'm glad we still have cars like that.
And I'm glad that they're designing things because, like love it or hate it, I think it's pretty sexy.
It's not bad, yeah.
I think it's a pretty cool car.
And what people don't remember is everybody remembers
That's that crew
as being this unbelievable car, but just from I don't know. I mean, you were young enough to remember the Supra when it wasn't just a tense or a drag radial only vehicle. They weren't that great in the corners.
No, it's a GT car.
They were GT cars, and then the one before that had the worst engine until the 1J came out, the 7M, which was the worst engine, timing belts, and those things would always fuck up.
The Supra doesn't make any sense for why
it's a legend because of Fast and the Furious and everybody putting 1,200 horsepower.
Yeah, it's really bizarre because it's just a drag car, and it's just like, who the fuck cares? I don't understand it. Like, if that car could do 1,200 horsepower and just like destroy a racetrack, let's go.
I love the Supra.
I think it's cool too.
But
I don't understand why it's so legendary.
Because it's the motor. The car is great, and I'm not saying the car's not great. It's a classic looking car.
Yeah, no, and that's fine.
The fact
I'm with you on the 2JZ, but like the 2JZ should be the legend, not the Supra. Do you know what I'm saying?
I look at it as the 2JZ. I don't look at it as the Supra, but
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I love that Japanese.
Carolyn Collin, hi. She's like #1 fan. Do you know that Chris Amos thought that you were my relative for a while? He was, because you commented on his, and he'd always send me. He's like, "Oh, Carolyn said this." And I'm like, "Oh, that's nice." And then I found out, like, over like 2 years, he thought that you were like my aunt or something. And I'm like, no, I also don't know her. Not a fan of the Supra. I would rather a Skyline. Yeah, so like I think the Skyline's always
either of them
been a little more honest about what it is.
I think
I give props to Nissan for actually building their car.
I mean, I was gonna. Well, they're not. They haven't made a good car and new performance car in 10 years.
Carolyn's too young. How old are you, Carolyn? You don't have to tell me, but if you want to tell me.
Fucking.
What? I don't know. She's like, I don't know if she's 20 or 50. She could be anything.
Well, yeah, but what if she says she's, she doesn't know how young you are. You could be.
She knows how old I am.
How old is Tom?
She's 17. No shit.
That's a great age. When I was 17, I was
on the verge of death every single day.
It was the best time of my life.
40. So she's just fucking with me. So I'll never know how old Carolyn is. She's either 17 or 40. That's fine. Let the mystery continue.
So yeah, I gotta pick up my car. Thank you for helping me with that. If you can. If not, no worries.
No, I think I can. The Civic Type R is getting a whole bunch of modifications. It's going to be fast.
Of course, it's during a snowstorm. Perfect time to test your track out.
Yeah. Well, it's plowed. Everything's good, so it should be fine.
It's a Honda Civic. It's not.
Does it have the front thing on now?
No.
Oh, okay. Then fine. All right. Then, yeah, no, that was the thing I was concerned about.
That wouldn't matter anyways.
Yeah.
Again, it's a Honda Civic. It's not a Ferrari Enzo.
Oh, this is like the worst. Like, listen, it just sounds like piss.
Oh. That's a horrible noise.
Hi, Eli. That's funny. Do you want to join, Eli?
Isn't he on a trip?
Oh.
Or maybe they canceled.
No, they're probably going.
Are you?
We should just do. Oh, he didn't go. Wait, we should just do like ASMR, like coffee drinking, like.
Oh. You know what I hate?
So
I don't know
horrible.
if you guys go to AMC theaters, but they always have those Coca-Cola videos.
He's leaving. He's like, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not doing this.
Oh, I hate that.
No, I absolutely hate that.
Slurp.
That was terrible.
Slurping is one of my biggest pet peeves. My mother used to do it when I was a kid.
No, when I hear someone eat, I want to murder them.
And like I think of just like chicken noodle soup. Like
no, like I hate the sound of people eating. I hate the sound of like there's
forks.
I like shouldn't put this shit on the record, but like there's this guy at work, super fucking nice guy, but he always pours water from a big container into a smaller container, and if I hear that fucking thing pouring, I want to jump across the fucking door.
You have no idea.
Like, just fucking do it.
I worked at my old firm.
Good morning, Jackson.
At my old firm, there was a guy who would eat rice cakes next to me. And he would nibble like a fucking
squirrel,
rat or a squirrel, and then it would get in his keyboard, and he would hit his keyboard on the table and dump the shit out. And literally, I have photos. I took photos of it. I'll show you sometime of him eating because it was so I was like, I have to take.
No, so like I wear headphones
so
at work all day long because if I hear people like eating or doing shit like that, like I'm like, I don't know what I'll do.
Yeah. It's just unacceptable, and
it's funny because like there's people that I'll tolerate it from more. I think it like my sister, I will not tolerate it from at all, but I think it's because she's my sister. So like, well, if we're eating and I hear her, I just stare at her. Pita chips. If I eat pita chips, I don't hear the end of it. You crunch so loud. Yeah, no, I think like that's like I totally understand crimes of passion when I hear somebody eating, and I'm like. You never hear on Dateline, they're like, missing person. And like the explanation is really because she fucking wouldn't close her mouth when she ate. That's terrible.
Look, I took photos. Mid-cake.
That's really funny.
I was like, I have to because it's. And then he would eat Jell-O. I forgot. And then he would have these Jell-Os.
Oh, someone eating Jell-O in front of me would make me fucking slap them.
Ready?
Oh, all right. Like it sucks because like we can't show this guy's face, but like it is really funny because he has a fucking spoon in his mouth with this Jell-O and he's opening it.
Oh, it's so bad.
Gross.
But look what I saw there one time.
Oh, that's a local motors rally.
It's a Honda Civic.
Yeah, the rear end.
The front was something else. It was at like Jell-O.
Yeah, I have thin cheeks. There's nothing I can do about it, Shane. You need more sound deadening. You're the lightweight version of.
He's got the SV cheeks.
Yeah, the SVJ cheeks, the Performante cheeks.
Oh man.
So somebody left a pocket knife.
But we still don't know about and the keychain. Or the keys.
Shit. Those keys are still there.
I think it also goes to that.
So
you think someone was in here? I think nothing's been stolen.
Okay, so somebody like there's this pocket knife that's just been on our coffee table. And so at first I thought it was David's, and David's like, I don't carry a pocket knife.
And he thought it was mine. I'm like, I wouldn't buy such a shitty knife.
Yeah.
Also looks like it was used to cut Coke.
It does look like a Coke knife. But like a Coke knife that was mostly used for cutting Coke that was laced with like baking soda. I don't know how to do this safely. I'm going to hurt myself. Yeah, don't trust me around weapons.
Oh, it's got a terrible fucking... RJ Martin design.
Carolyn says she hates being 17.
Actually, this is an expensive knife. This is a Kershaw. Well, it was an expensive knife until it was used for drugs.
It looks like it was used to cut rocks. And I don't mean like crack rocks. I mean like rocks because there is like fucking chips in this thing.
I know. Yeah, but... so we found that, and then Tom's like, you left your keys. I'm like...
Yeah, there's a key. So I found these keys on our back step, and the keychain was like Rockstar Games. So it was no. What's the name of the? It was what's
Rockstar San Diego.
No, San Diego. Come on. What's the Santos.
Los Santos. Radio Los Santos.
Yeah, it was like the
It was
town.
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto town, the city in Grand Theft Auto. And I'm like, oh, Eddie, these must be your keys. He's like, those aren't my keys.
I'm like, I'm not that.
And then I asked the neighbors downstairs. They're like, do you like all our neighbors are like nurses? And I'm like, do they have like fucking Grand Theft Auto keychains? Like that would be so bizarre.
And obviously, it's not Chris.
San Andreas.
San Andreas,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
and it's obviously not Chris because Chris wouldn't ever have keys to begin with.
Chris would, our other roommate would play, if he played Grand
He
Theft
played
Auto,
the piano. He
he'd,
wouldn't.
he'd be like, that's not nice. You shouldn't kill hookers. And I'd be like, I fucking kill hookers.
What does it say? I hate being 17. My brother is a tease. He says, oh, always tells me why I like your channel. I love Porsche. Okay. So also, Dr. M3. Ah, hello.
Carolyn's awesome. Let's see. So David, my boyfriend, dumped me via text yesterday. So just let that sink in for a second. And that was pretty heartbreaking because he pretty much did and said all the right things to make me believe that he gave shit and that he cared about me and all these things. So that was really upsetting. Turns out he's actually, he works for Dodge. He's just a Dodge commercial and he didn't succeed. So yeah, that is true. Yeah, no, trust me. I was like, I knew he was doing it. I was like, call me, like, let's talk. And no, wouldn't do it. Couldn't do it. It really like I don't like to share my personal life too much on YouTube, but the thing is like he's been on the channel and like I don't really want to deal with like the questions of like, oh, where is he? What's going on? So let's just get this out in the open. So basically he like led this whole thing. Like it was, you know, he asked me to be his boyfriend. I was like, you know, are you sure this is where you want to go? Blah, blah, blah. Like I always checked in along the way. So cause I didn't want to get hurt. And I basically flat out told him like, I can't afford, like my heart cannot afford that. Like I'm spent. And so he assured me and kept me going. And then, yeah, just decided, guess what? Don't want to be in a relationship. And that's that. So that kind of sucks. And it's pretty humiliating and embarrassing because I was dumb enough to trust him to put him on the channel. And I shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have put him on the channel because it's always weirder. It's like introducing someone to your parents and then a week later they're gone. And it's like, your parents are like, why did you waste our time with this? Right? So I am sorry that I put him on the channel. I'm sorry that I introduced that, but you know, it sucks for me. So
just think of him as a cast member in your favorite TV show that just got killed off.
Yeah, basically. So
except he wasn't a favorite.
Yeah,
he was like,
well, he was my favorite. That's what sucks. Like I cared, I really did. So that's what sucks. Hello from Denver. Hello, Ed Welty. Oh, Ed Welty, new guy. I've seen some of your comments recently, so I appreciate that.
Nice name.
I always appreciate all of your comments. I always appreciate when you guys hit the like button. I don't know if you hit the bell, but if you hit the bell, thank you for hitting the bell because
what does the bell do?
The bell makes sure that you definitely get notified when I upload something.
Oh, okay.
YouTube is tough. Like I've crossed that 20,000 mark for subscribers, which is really dope, and like makes me really happy. But at the same time, like every time you upload, you never know if it's going to be a 600 view video or a 20,000 view video. And it's like, it sucks. Like you put the same amount of effort into each thing for the most part. Eddie hasn't hit the bell. Yeah, he hasn't hit the bell, but he's in all the videos.
I'm part of it. So usually most of the videos I've lived through.
Does YouTube tell you when I smash that like? Powan's also like, I love that Powan is like a crossover episode.
I'm supposed to see Powan today.
I love Powan.
That sucks. I can't see him though.
Anyway, thank you guys for all the love about that. I just wanted to kind of air that dirty laundry so you're aware of it. There's so much like bitterness that I had and kind of still have.
It's not gonna go away for a while.
But I don't want to be mean. I just want to be honest and be like, hey, this is what's up. So, you know, if someone burrows into your heart, gains your trust, and then pulls the pin to the grenade from the inside, I am sorry. I know how that feels. I appreciate that, Ed. But part of me wants to buy a Hellcat just to say that I got the better car. That's so mean. That's so vindictive.
I know someone who tried to do that.
Yeah, it is brutal. It's just shitty. Does Eddie let you drive this amazing car? Yeah, I've driven Eddie's cars. Nah, get the Viper. Get the Viper. Yeah, the Viper would be dope.
We talked about that before he was around.
Yeah, oh yeah, Viper. The thing about Vipers, the Vipers are like 90 grand. So like if I get the TA, and ACRs are like 120.
You're only getting the TA. The ACR is too hot.
It's too hot. So I love the TA, but like when you're talking 90 grand, you're saying I want a Viper more than I want a 997 GT3.
I think if you're tracking, yeah, it's a good car. But like trying to get that thing around here, imagine getting up the driveway here.
Yeah, nothing like Boston in a Viper. Holy shit.
There was a guy I knew who dailied a Viper in Boston at one point.
Yeah, did he blow his fucking brains out?
No, but
yeah, definitely suicide.
I think he totally like 3 times in the tunnels.
Porque no los dos? I don't know what that means. The 2? When am I driving the SL? I guess when it's not snowing, I'll drive the SL for sure. Is the ZL1 gone? No, ZL1's not gone.
I still have it.
And so Eli, if you guys follow Ignition Tube, his S4 that was amazing got hit by a plow, totaled, gone, and so they gave him a rental car, and he's driving in the winter in New England. That's like the cruelest rental car. They gave him a V6 Camaro convertible. Oh, they like literally were like, "Fuck this kid, let's give him the worst possible car."
No, or they were under the. All right, well, he's under 20. You're under 25, right?
Yeah, he's under 25.
So they're like, all right, let's give him something that he'll crash so we can make money.
Oh, why not both? Is what he said. Because I don't have that kind of money. Thank you for translating. I drive it in the snow every day. It weighs almost 5,000 pounds, so it's fine. Oh, the SL, yeah. That roof must be insane. Honestly, though, Eli might be able to make some good content with that rental. Like, I think
bet you it'll do a nice donut.
The problem is he has to return it.
So
we were watching Mischief last night.
Do you know how many rental cars I've had that
I've been in
not run after?
I've ruined at least 2 with you.
Yeah.
In like a month.
That was a good stretch.
We had a good time. Sorry, Cadillac. We ruined your cars.
Oh, that was bad. That car did not deserve to die.
We should plan a meetup in New York City this spring. I'll probably be down there in April.
What are you doing in April?
So.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So well behaved. Yeah. All right. Questions. What do you have? Or just tell me something really silly about yourself. Something weird. I want to come.
Tom's into fetishes.
I am not into fetishes.
Tom loves weird.
I have a coffee fetish. What's my weird fetish?
You love like putting RTB on stuff.
I've never put RTB on anything.
You love it. You love lubing everything. He has a collection of different lubricants for different applications.
I had a Sonata when I did the manual swap, and I jumped it. You should jump Sonatas.
I had a rental car, and it was so bad it didn't have ABS. You were there that night, right?
Yeah, so it was an Impala, and we were like, does this have ABS? So we were like, we'll drive it to... The only way to find out if your car has ABS or not is you get it to 40 miles an hour, and you stand on it. And the car just went... whoosh! This huge cloud of smoke because it's like nothing smokes like all seasons.
It was like a 70 like Cadillac DeVille.
It was amazing.
Died.
It was amazing. You practically dug the fucking front bumper into the.
So
but like that's the beauty. Like everyone hates all seasons, and I hate all seasons, but nothing smokes like a fucking all season. Nothing makes that
also
sound.
That smell. The smell too. It's a pungent.
The sound of all seasons. Just locked up is so it's like a movie.
I know.
It's like a movie screech.
I know.
It's unbelievable.
It's the best. It's the best. Yeah, no, I've had some great rental car moments in my life.
We put rocks in Ron's oil. Yeah, that was mean, but at the same time, like Ron deserved it.
What's
the Honda?
Well, it wasn't going to pass inspection.
No, it was done.
It was done.
But basically, cash for clunkers. That's what they did. They put rocks in those oil. Cool shit about me. I switched my car insurance and saved a bit of money. I'm definitely gonna be hitting up Mass Tuning Track Fest. Good. Already got the time off. All right, cool. That's Steve.
Well, if you as long as you don't lose an exhaust again.
Yeah.
Good.
We'll help you though, or at least I'll watch.
David will help.
David will help.
David's always got problems.
Can I take an SUV to Trackfest? I forget.
We've talked about that. I think we'd have to rent the track.
I think we have to rent the track to do that, which isn't a problem. Like, Eli, we can absolutely do that.
We thought about it again.
I just don't know that your brakes are going to last. How much is it to rent it? It's like $2,500.
If we had 10 people, it would be cheap.
It's like $250 per person. Basically, it's super cheap. Nothing about me lasts. Oh, Eli, that's hilarious.
Yeah, no. The thing that we want to do is rent it and jump the Raptor over those jumps.
Yeah, we want to jump the Raptor.
There's like a
this
dirt
is
course.
Canaan Motor Club.
People that are really lenient.
Oh, she has a
drive
Ford.
with tow sandbags in my car.
2.
Oh no, it says tow.
Well, she means 2.
Okay, sorry.
I can translate Carolyn Gollin.
Ford Focus. Hey, nothing wrong with Ford Focuses.
Hell yeah.
My girlfriend drives a Ford Focus.
Yeah. We have a BMW E46M meet in May. You guys should come down. That'd be fun.
Where is that?
In New York. Where in New York do you guys do this?
We pay good money for our shit.
We pay good money.
Is that our guy?
I don't know. Hang on, guys. I'm going to go check to see if we're getting broken into or if it's our guy. Excuse me.
Ask him if it's his knife. It could be his. Queens, behind Jimmy's auto body. Don't ask no questions.
I like that.
Yeah.
Jimmy's auto body. That sounds like a reputable
So yeah,
place.
no, the SUV question, I don't know. I think if we were nice to that guy like we always are, I'm sure he'd let.
So I think you'd have to do like 1 hot lap and 4 cooldowns, because I'm telling, like, seriously, like, remember the brakes?
On brakes there.
So the S, like, there was a couple S4s that we thought blew up, but
Are you
really it was
kidding
just the
me? Yeah,
brakes.
no,
It was just the
friend,
brakes.
our friend is S4.
That too. There was 2 S4s
three,
that like
three
S4s
they all
that like
got off
launched
the track
brakes.
quickly.
They were like, ooh, no brakes, no brakes.
No, these guys weren't driving fast. Believe me. These things just.
Eddie, that shirt is fire.
Thank you.
FCP Cars and Coffee. Yeah, so I definitely want to do that, but you know what? I think we have to do the thing where, like, I don't wake up early. So if we do FCP Cars and Coffee, we have this
cars and dinner.
Cars and dinner, or we stay at Nick's house, because that way we're closer.
Absolutely.
So,
as long as we bring blankets.
Blankets. Yeah, Eli, you're right. What we should do, we should go down and stay at Nick Murray's house and then go, so that way we don't have to drive all the way from here.
I love Nick. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I miss Nick.
And I feel bad. He's been going through tough car problems.
Yeah, poor Nick. He's going through like another 991
I think this
debacle.
is worse this time, though.
It's
longer.
It's longer, but it's not worse. But I think Porsche's going to buy his car back. So if you guys don't know, Nick Murray got like really big when his 991.1 Carrera S had all kinds of like lemon electrical issues. They're just nightmare gremlins. And so they refused to like take the car back. They kept trying to fix it and fix it and fix it. And it was not getting fixed. It was awful. And so finally he started making these videos explaining and documenting this experience.
It went viral.
And it went viral. Like people were like, whoa, this is really bad, blah, blah, blah. And so that's when, oh God. Anyway, so Porsche eventually bought the car back. He bought the M4, blah, blah, blah. Then he went and bought a 991.2 Carrera 4S, which me and Eddie have both driven and love, and it's a good car.
It's a weird spec.
It's a weird car, really cool car. But now it's having all these weird issues. And luckily, because Nick is Nick, Porsche's probably just going to buy the car back. So
they
learned their lesson not to fuck with Nick. Easy drive at 6 a.m. Oh, is it really only 2 hours?
It actually took us way less the last time.
Whoops. I've never been to FCP though, and I told their VP of
I'd love to go. I
want to meet those guys.
I'm sure
they've been great to me. So like I really
I'm really considering bringing the Merc back up to running condition. So I should.
You have to come up to Burlington. We have some very interesting projects happening at the shop. But the fact that you even have a shop blows my mind. But
Burlington?
Yeah, that's Jackson. Yeah.
Oh.
Little will everyone know the E38 will have sat in the same spot for 7 months when we have Cars and Coffee. Oh, it's just sitting at FCP. That sucks. Very easy drive, super cool place. Alex is awesome. Yeah, I need to meet Alex because I've been talking to him online a lot. Alpine, New Jersey, Facebook, and IG 46. I don't know what that means.
That's where the BMW means.
Oh.
I've been researching cars as always. You guys got any?
So I think that like the C30, they're like weird cars. Like I look at that as like the
Volvo?
modern day. Yeah, I look at that as like the modern day Saab 900,
So there's a bit. That's the
You
new
know what
one
I'm
or the
saying?
old one.
the old one.
So there's a big issue with that car, and it's the Ford Focus.
It's heavy as fuck too. Like that car's not
the
light.
C30 is essentially a Ford Focus / Mazda Speed.
Yeah.
If you pull all the shit out of it,
It's heavy.
it's heavy. There's a guy who used to autocross it, and he had to get all these custom one-off parts because they didn't make any sort of like performance parts for it. And
Hey, babes.
so it definitely is one of those cars where if you're into like that sort of spunky, different looking, I want to
Yeah.
be different. But if you're just going for a performance car, don't get that.
I feel like people who drive C30s like are big burly men who are wearing high heels but don't tell people they're wearing high heels. Like that's what C30 owners are to me.
C30 owners are Biggin owners.
Yeah. Yeah.
Biggins just died, so they had to get another.
Yeah, like every C30 owner has owned 7 Vigans.
Mm-hmm. And B70Rs and S60Rs.
Those are a little more normal. I think C30s are a different class of people. Like I don't think V70R owners are out there saying like I want a C30.
It's just not. It's
a weird car.
It's a weird car, and they're unreliable as heck.
By the way, you can also have your teeth capped or do any essential dental work behind Jimmy's in Queens. I believe they also do hair waxing. Just drive up and flash high beams twice. Oh my god, this is so funny.
I just think they're adorable. Yeah, they're interesting ones.
Yeah, and I like the rear glass. Like I like that it's quirky.
That's gonna break.
Yeah, well, I don't think it'll break.
The glass.
Fucking A.
That thing.
It's glass.
Fall off.
It's a Volvo. Glass probably this fucking thick. It's probably bulletproof.
My experience with Volvos is much different than your experience with Volvos.
Well, that's because you had like newer Volvos.
No.
I had all like 740s, like 80s Volvos.
850s.
Yeah, that's a newer Volvo.
240s.
240s are fine, but I'm talking anytime you're talking about a laterally mounted engine.
Oh god!
Like I didn't have front wheel drive Volvos.
That was when Volvo was Volvo.
All right, we need to stop with this Volvo talk. This is boring as fuck.
I hate Volvos.
Nick has no effing luck with Porsche. He needs to return to BMWs. Like, I agree. Like, it's funny though. It's like I would love to own a Porsche, like a newer Porsche, but like I don't. Nick has money, and I'm not saying like but like Nick obviously has enough money to deal with this shit. Like I would be having a heart attack if I bought a 991.2 and it had those issues. Like I would.
Yeah, I mean, it's also just not a good feeling the second time this is happening.
Oh god.
Like,
I think I might just get like an NC Miata in the future. I want a good car that isn't older than me. Yeah, like the only problem with the NC is that like it's public perception of the car. Like people are gonna shit all over you for owning.
Just get an ND.
Yeah, but he can't afford that. That's still like. I mean, in the future, sure.
Yeah, in the future.
Yeah. But you don't want to. That's the other thing is you can't get an ND that's not the 2019 because they have those.
You can get them. I mean,
no,
you're gonna have issues.
But you're gonna blow a transmission. That's a big problem. The newer ones have solved that. So, and NDs are risky.
I wouldn't get any of those. If I were in the market for something like
BRZ?
that, I'd get a BRZ or I'd get a 1LE Camaro.
Yeah, I actually really like the BRZ. I get the BRZ. Like I'm 30 now, and I kind of already gone to the dark side of like faster cars. So I don't know that.
Yeah, I can't go back.
I can't go back.
I think if I were if it were me and I was getting a small sports car, I'd still buy an S2000. Still, even if it had more miles,
my issue with the S2000 is they're a little too twitchy, which is the same reason I don't want an M2.
I think the S2000 is a cult classic.
I like progressive cars, and that's what makes me nervous about M2s, Corvettes.
You're talking about an AP1 S2000, AP2, which is
it's a little better, but it's still they don't drift.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
They're grip cars. And when
they are grip cars.
They go.
I know, and that's what makes me a little fucking edgy about it. For a street car, it's fine on track, but it makes me edgy. Hi, Austin. All right, we've done this for about an hour, so I'm gonna sign off soon.
5 more minutes.
You guys get like a few more.
Yeah, 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Valve Toronto, what's up? Yeah, exactly. Old man.
I am an old man. Sorry. On a more serious note, your vids and chats are pretty cool, and it's nice to see you remain down to earth. I mean, I appreciate that. I don't know what you mean by remain down to earth, because like I haven't really found major success. So there's nothing to make me not be down to earth. But thank you.
Sorry, I had a phone call. What did I miss? A lot.
So much. Okay, real quick. Opinions on motorcycles. Don't buy a motor. I'm sorry. Like my biggest advice to everyone I know is please don't buy a motorcycle. If you already have one and you're already a rider by the time I've met you, you continue doing your thing.
Tell them
like,
the story about when Chu thought you were gone.
Oh, all right. So when I was in college, my best friend Chu, we would go out on his motorcycle. He had a Ninja 650, and so like it was hilarious because he's like this small Chinese kid, and I'm me. I'm not like big, but like I'm taller than him. Whatever. I would ride on the back of his 650, and so everyone would scream "faggots," even though he wasn't gay, and whatever. Like it was funny, and he was nice enough to me to respect that. Like he didn't care what other people thought. So anyway, we're on the Mass Pike. We're doing like 80 miles an hour, and I was really confident on the back of a motorcycle. Like if we are in a corner, I could reach out from the back seat and just like touch the ground. Like I didn't give a shit. I was ready to go. I didn't need to touch anybody. I could sit there. We could take corners. We could accelerate. Like I'm ready to go. So we were on the Mass Pike one day, and suddenly I watched Chu. He's in front of me, and he just goes, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? So like you can't communicate. We didn't have radio. So we finally get to where we're going like an hour later. I'm like, hey, like what was that turnaround you did on the Mass Pike? Like what was that? And he says, oh, I didn't feel you for like a while, and I thought you fell off. And so that's my motorcycle story. But don't buy motorcycles. They're really dangerous. Like if you get in an accident in a car, like a little fender bender, whatever, you're like, oh no, I have to get a bumper. You do that in a fucking bike, like brain exploded, done, splattered, fuck you. Like
if you're gonna buy a motorcycle though, I highly recommend the S1000.
Yeah, just die.
I love
Chris
that
Amos
bike.
says hi.
Oh, Christopher.
But yeah, like I don't recommend motorcycles. They're death traps.
I don't either. And also, if you have a tendency to not know your limits, definitely don't get a motorcycle. Like, for example, I know for a fact if I had a motorcycle, I'd be dead because I would always do dumb stuff on it.
Have I driven a Triumph TR6? I have not. I've always wanted to. The reason I've not is because they're almost always broken.
I know where there is one, though.
Where?
Where your M5 is.
That's not a TR6.
Well, it's an old piece of shit Triumph.
That's a TR4.
All right, well, whatever.
Let me just hop on the bike with more power than my car. Yeah, no, honestly, an S1000 has more power.
S1000. So there was
like 200 horsepower with the tune.
When I was having my Civic done, there was a bike there that made more horsepower than it.
Oh, thanks, Adam. Much appreciated. He says he loves the content. He's been watching for a long time. Keep it up, and thank you. You're welcome. That makes me feel really good. I like it. That's nice.
You deserve that.
I appreciate that. Yeah. It's my birthday. It's not my birthday. I just feel like shit because I'm in a breakup. The owner of Jimmy just messaged me. He wants to let you guys know that Jade Wrong next to Jimmy's has free massages, and if you buy a lunch special with a Diet Coke, this is the funniest ongoing thing. Because the thing is, I don't think this is a joke. I think this is real.
I'm serious, yeah.
Like fucking Queens, man. Fucking
I know, Matt. I know. I'm surprised your wife still lets you have that bike.
Yeah, Matt. Like honestly, you are a dad. You need to get rid of that fucking bike.
I know.
You need a Hummer to keep you safe. Like
the first few times I met Matt.
Oh, thank you, Dimwit. Much appreciated.
He never made it to an autocross because he got a speeding ticket.
Matt?
Yeah,
that's funny.
That was years ago.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't say stuff like this all the time because I don't want to sound gushy, but you guys are real awesome, and it was super fun hang out with you last summer. Dude, we love you. Like that's the thing. Like,
that was awesome.
Like they know. Like I came back and I'm like, that guy watches me. Tom was giddy. I love meeting fans. I love meeting people that like give a shit because the thing is, it's not like I'm not excited to meet like fans of the channel because they're fans. I'm excited because it means that like they probably align with my viewpoint on cars and they get the same like giddy feeling about the dumb shit that I get giddy feelings about. So it's kind of like, oh, they get it. They get it. Yeah. And that's what makes me happy.
I know.
But I also get really nervous meeting fans because I'm always nervous that like I'm not what they expected or like they think I'm something else. But like I think I do a pretty good job of like putting myself as me
Yeah,
on the channel.
You're not.
I don't think
making
any.
a fake version of yourself.
Yeah, I don't think I lead people on to believe I'm anyone other than who I am.
No,
so
no, I don't think so.
So for the most part, that works out. We love you too. We give many shits.
Yeah,
Aww.
Matt, you got to come to the track with us.
Yeah, Matt does need to come to the track with us.
I haven't been to the autocross in a while.
I'm not really.
We did have fun that time we all went together as a group autocrossing.
You almost died.
That wasn't.
Yeah, like I kind of hate autocross.
That was me and David almost died. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Autocross is like a timeshare. Like you think you're getting this killer deal, and then you realize you're paying $15,000 a year for a place that you use for 1 week.
Okay, I like autocross because it allows me to understand the limits of a car, where you could never do that on track.
Yeah, but the thing is, I need repeatability. Like I'm not like a one and done guy. Like I need to be like, okay, I need to go out there and feel it out. That's why I like track days, because I can be like, oh, I need to take that corner a little differently. I need it, and then you do it on an autocross, and it's like every hour you get to try to remember the thing you did wrong. Like,
yeah, my thing is with the working. So I'll tell you the story because now he brought it up. So me and David were working a corner, and this guy, he will not be named.
It wasn't me though.
Didn't know what he was doing behind the wheel in his mid-engine car, and literally we were standing like David was here and I was here, and then there was the course was like.
This is really
off here.
Really great.
I know because they can't take us 360. But
so anyway,
he spun in between me and David within like 3 feet of each other.
And then just sent it into the grass.
Sent it into the grass at like 50 miles an hour, and there was nowhere we could run. And
oh, Albert, I adore you.
Almost died, and then he did it again later that afternoon. And at that point, I was like, I don't really want to autocross anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. Autocross is so fucking dangerous. Like you're working the cones. Everyone's like, oh yeah, just working the cones.
I've been doing it for 10 years.
There's no protection. You're just standing in the middle of a course.
I can't. I've been doing it for 10 years, and that was the closest I'd ever come to death.
He can't handle the constant motion sickness on track. Then do not ride passenger. Just drive your car. Like I'm fine driving. Like I want to vomit.
Did you come in the car with me once? I don't think so.
No.
I almost made Will leap you.
Dude, everyone like I took Maddox out. We did 2 laps, and he just goes, "I need to get out." And I was like, "What?" He goes, "I need to get out." And I'm like, I've never pulled into the pits faster. I was like, "All right, get out." Yeah, Maddox just almost puked in my car.
Corey loves it. She can handle it.
But Steve, Saucy P, he did he was in my car on the track, and he like I don't know how you did this. Like you were filming.
Oh yeah, he was one who filmed when Drew.
Yeah, he filmed the Mini blowing up, and I'm like, how did you not vomit in that? Like I can't do that. Like
I can't imagine
I can't even
looking
look at
into
my
a screen. Yeah, a little.
Oh. After we got footage of the Mini dumping coolant, I was pretty queasy. Okay, good. Like that makes me know that you're a human being.
The video of looking at you guys and you just going like this with the camera,
it makes me sick.
I was getting sick. I'm like, it's like a boat with a camera.
Absolutely.
Oh, God. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Love you, dimwit. Even I feel mean calling you dimwit, but it's your name on there.
Yeah, no,
yeah, you did a good job. You did a really good job.
Yeah, I'm not a good passenger either. I think it's also because I don't like being passengers with people that I don't trust, and somehow I ended up in the car with people I don't usually go in the car with. So
mad core strength. I was at the track with Apex, and my girlfriend literally was just texting in the passenger seat. She doesn't get motion, dude. Like I can't even text driving on the highway next, like sitting passenger. Like that makes me want to vomit. So that's literally. I have no. I am not good on boats. I'm not good. Yeah, no.
I take the bus to work, and I get.
I hate public transportation for that reason. I just want to vomit.
I put my head in my backpack and just sleep the whole way.
I need a bag. I need a brown paper bag.
I know.
All right, boys.
We're out.
This has been an hour of wonderful shit. Thank you for your support. Thank you for, I feel like shit this week. If you don't know why, go back and watch around like the 30-minute mark. You'll find out why. But thank you guys for your support. Thank you for being awesome. And I'll try to get some good content out.
Yes.
So cheers. I love you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.